there.
Okay. Thanks everyone for being here for the meeting today. Don't have a huge agenda, so we'll start out by asking for approval of the previous meeting minutes. Okay, Scott, second. Thank you very much. Anything else that we want to add to the agenda before we move on? I mean, there just wasn't really a whole lot out there that I was aware of anyway. Okay. Tom, any comments, concerns, questions?
We had the Meet the Candidates yesterday, and that video, if it's not online, it'll soon be on our website. Not sure if it is. Please view that. Ballots will be coming out April 8th. If you if we have your email address on file, you'll get it that way. Otherwise, we'll mail you one. If you don't see it, check your spam filter. Make sure you vote, and the end of the election is the middle of May. That's all I had to cover.
Okay, any board member comments? Okay. John, you're up.
Actually, don't have Rick's notes. I kind of thought he was going to be here, but we're currently collecting broodstock for our Saugeye program. So you've probably seen Chris out on Lake Windsor at least a few times. Myself, we've been out running gill nets looking for those fish. So far, we think we're a little early, so we're right on top of it. Water temperature seems to be heating up a little faster. Fishermen are probably aware of that so far. It's time to register your boats if you have not. So anybody that has not registered their boat, please do so. Lake Rangers will be out in force starting in April to make sure that those boats are registered. Of course, lake use is picking up quite a lot because we are seeing warmer weather right now. And then lastly, you guys have probably noticed we did our prescribed burn on Loch Lomond, where we with the help of the fire department, we burnt the dam, got all that old vegetation off there. It worked out really well with the fire department. They did an awesome job for us, and we thank those guys, and we look forward to doing it again.
So Rick mentioned that we're going to do the same thing on Brittany.
Yes, we hope to. Don't know if we will get to it this year. We're running out of time as far as good burn days. Obviously, a day like today where we've got high winds, you can't do a burn. So the window's closing before green vegetation starts to regrow on the dams. So when you do a prescribed burn, you really got a short window of that cool, dry weather where you don't have a whole lot of humidity, but you also need not a whole lot of wind to keep things nice and controlled. So we're running out of that window. So if we get a great day and we can get our prep work done, then we'll get it done, but we are running out of time.
And then he also informed me that the trout, we were having issues with getting trout again because of the state agency not complying in a timely manner.
Permit has been delayed. They appear to be working on it, but we have not received a permit as of yet.
He said he had done everything in a very timely manner and just had no response from.
Yes, that's correct.
So,
yep.
Unfortunately, how about Lake Windsor? How are we on refilling Lake Windsor?
It's filling up slowly. We need some rain. That's the main thing. That lake is spring influenced, so it does fill up a little bit on its own, but those things also need to be recharged by rain. So we're just waiting on rain. But once that happens, it should happen, or the refill should go relatively quickly.
Okay, and fish shop. Go ahead.
Rick mentioned that they are letting some water out for downstream aquatic life. So if anybody's like, well, they're trying to fill the lake, why are you letting water out? It's because of downstream life.
Yes, yep. We keep that, it's called a conservation valve. We've got a conservation valve that flows the whole time just to make sure that the fish and everything still have water in the creek below.
So based on, I mean, I know it's a hard thing to do because you don't know if it's going to rain or not, but would Windsor refill on its own without rain in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or would it take more than that to fill it?
It's probably going to take more than that to fill it. Tiny rains will probably recharge some of the springs and that sort of thing, but it'll probably take a little more than that to fill it. If anybody that's been here since, so I think it was 2010 where we had that huge rain and it refilled overnight, it's got the ability to fill up very quickly, but we need that rain.
Okay. While you were up here, the only other thing I had on the agenda besides Lake Windsor was aquatic vegetation, Arkansas Cube, anything. I know Glytars had done some work on some things with Rick.
Yeah, we installed a couple of reefs. I'm sorry.
There we go. We had installed a couple of reefs back on Pontoon Park and on one of the coves in Windsor. Those are in and complete, and that went really well. I'm still curious. It'd be nice to see a plan with some timelines associated with it. I don't know where we are on that.
John, you have any additional information or not?
No additional information on that, but I will say, with you guys talking about the habitat reefs that were built back there in Pontoon Park, you can still see those right now before the lake fills up, and they look really great if you want to get some pictures and that sort of thing, or just see what you'll be fishing over. That water stays shallow enough that you'll usually be able to see them, but it's really neat to see it without water on it. So,
cool.
but nothing as far as an update on the aquatic vegetation.
Okay, any other questions for John? Anybody who's called in live, any questions from anybody? Okay, Trey, you got anything?
Hey, just opening the marina Tuesday, April 2nd, and looking forward to another big year.
Okay. And hours on April 2nd would be what? Limited hours?
Good question. 8 to 2, Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those hours will run until Memorial Day. Then we'll do the 8 to 5 and 8 to 8.
Okay. All right, any questions for Trey? Anybody have?
Not for Trey, but I did want to add one more thing. There is a possibility, the water temperature is in the low 50s right now, and it seems to be warming up pretty fast. There is a possibility before our next meeting, we may be going into our spring electrofishing season. Shocking fish, so just to make everybody aware, we do that work at night. Generally, we're going to spend a couple of hours on each lake, depending on whatever the rotation is this year, which is random. So what you're likely to see if we're out there is it's going to be very loud, generator, boat, lots of bright lights, but we move on very quickly. But if you see somebody out, during the first part of April, first part of May, it's probably us.
Okay. Glad you updated. I was going to ask about that actually. Okay. Anything else for Trey or anything thus far?
Trey, I have a real quick question. April 2nd, will you guys have fuel?
Yeah, April 2nd will be full service.
Okay, thanks.
We'll have fuel, bait, everything.
Okay, if nobody has anything else, I'll go to open forum. Sir, do you have anything you want to say?
I have a question. I live on Windsor.
Would you step up to the mic and state your name, please?
Sure. My name is Tom Marino. I live on Windsor, and right now my pontoon boat is stored. And I'm wondering, on the 20th of the month, it ka-chings once again, and I'm wondering if I take my boat out before the 20th, how much leeway or how much time can I leave that in my driveway before I'm going to get in trouble?
That's an ACC question. They normally only give you a few days.
Do they patrol, or is it a matter of neighbors complaining?
It's neighbors.
Both.
Really?
It's neighbors.
I mean, I actually have a neighbor who's had his boat on his property in full view all winter, and no one has complained, so I'm probably okay.
I can't speak to that.
Understand.
Since it's an HCC issue, but let's hope for some rain and it'll not be an issue at all.
Correct. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Because I don't have anything else on the agenda. Is there anything else anybody wants to talk about or comment on or question or anything? I'm looking around the room. Scott, Michael, nothing from you guys?
Nope, Scott's good.
Okay. If that's it, then I say the meeting is adjourned.